This is Ella Star with your Key Races and Bets podcast for Saturday, April 12th, 2025. This Key Races and Bets podcast is brought to you by Amwager.com, AMWAGER. Amwager.com is a legal online U.S. based horse racing wagering website. Amwager.com has some great betting tools and perks, and it's legal for residents of most states in the U.S. and covers most tracks in North America as well as many around the world. If you're not a member, check it out at amateur.com. Also, you can get the Key Races and Bets blog, the written version of this podcast, totally free at amateur.com. Click on How to Bet and Ella Star's blog. We're going to start the Saturday, April 12th Key Races with the Heavenly Cause Stakes. This is race 6 at Laurel in Maryland, and the post time is 2:29 p.m. Eastern. The top win contenders are Royal Spa, Take the Money Honey, Catherine Wheel, and Vincy Girl. Royal Spa shipped from Oaklawn to Laurel to run in the identical Barbara Fritchie Stakes in February and ran into a buzzsaw sprinter in the form of Irish Maxima, who then came right back to win the Grade 3 Distaff Stakes at Aqueduct recently at the distance of this race as well. Royal Spa was entered in that distaff and wisely scratched out of the race to avoid the winner. The effort Royal Spa put in when second in the Barbara Fritchie is good enough to win here if repeated, and she ships back to Laurel from Trainer Brissett's home base at Keeneland, Kentucky, so she's very well intended in this situation. Take the Money Honey and Catherine Wheel finished second and first, respectively, when separated by a nose on the wire 4 weeks ago at Aqueduct in a one-turn mile race that, although an allowance race, earned the pair 100 Equibase speed figures, which are on par with the 101 Equibase speed figure Royal Spa earned in the Barbara Fritchie. Both Take the Money Honey and Catherine Wheel should run as well as better in this situation. Perhaps Take the Money Honey a bit better, maybe turning the tables on Catherine Wheel, because in this field, Take the Money Honey could be the only horse which wants the lead from the start, and so she may be able to get the lead easily in the early stages and get very courageous. It must also be noted that Catherine Wheel is not only entered in this race, but also in the top flight stakes at Aqueduct today, so if she remains in New York, that really gives Take the Money Honey an even better shot. And if not, Catherine Wheel has a big shot to repeat or improve upon her effort last month, as was her second start since coming back from a year on the bench. Vincy Girl just ran the best race of her life on March 12th following 6 months off, can improve to be competitive at this level. She earned a 95 figure, and that compelled good trainer, high percentage trainer D'Angelo to ship her from Florida to compete. Vasquez is 3 for 3 when aboard this filly and takes a day off at Gulfstream to come to Laurel to ride her, which is a pretty big sign she can run another A race good enough to win. In the Heavenly Cause Stakes, race 6 at Laurel, 2:29 Eastern on Saturday, April 12th, with 4 fillies and mares closely matched, we should set a threshold for betting the 2 at the highest odds, then wager depending on the public. Remembering the public at large may have stakes we can capitalize on for profit. In this case, as I give slight preference to Royal Spa, I would first consider a win bet on her at 5-2 or higher. Then, if Royal Spa is my first win bet, I would consider 1 or 2 of the other 3 at about 3-1 or 7-2 or more. And when betting multiple horses to win, or in this case when presented with the opportunity to bet multiple horses to win, we can gain the best mathematical edge possible using what's called a Dutching tool to prorate our wagers. There's a free Dutching tool at amwager.com where all you have to do is select the total amount you want to win and select 2 horses, and all the work is done for you. That's one of the many tools and perks at amwager.com. Moving up to New York for the Top Flight Invitational, this is race 7 at Aqueduct, 4:22 Eastern Time on Saturday, April 12th, and the win contenders are Alpine Princess and Fade de Grey. Now, I'm making the assumption that Catherine Wheel, who's entered in this race as well as the Heavenly Cause at Laurel, may opt for that spot. If Catherine Wheel does not opt for that spot and also runs in this race, she should be considered a contender as well. But based on the assumption Catherine Wheel is going to ship down to Maryland, Alpine Princess is the one to beat by a slight margin, at least over Fade de Grey, based on the fact she's dropping from 2 straight graded stakes, one of which she finished second, beating the nose, at this non-graded level. Better still, those two were at Oaklawn Park and Sam Houston, and the last time the filly ran at Aqueduct, she missed by a head in the Grade 3 Cumley Stakes in November, and at this 9 furlong distance. Alpine Princess won 3 of 5 before that, including stakes races, and it's really important to note that all 3 wins were with Florent Geroux in the saddle, who gets on today after 3 races with other jockeys. Considering Geroux is responsible for 3 of her 4 career wins, Alpine Princess could be very tough in this situation, particularly if she runs back to her Cumley effort. Fade de Grey shoots for her 3rd straight win in this race, both recent with Kendrick Carmouche in the saddle, and Carmouche recently earned his 4,000 career win. This 4-year-old is getting better with every race, and her win one before last, like the best of Alpine Princess, came at this 9 furlong trip over the track. In the Top Flight Invitational Race 7 at Aqueduct, 4:22 Eastern Time on April 11th, Alpine Princess should be considered for a win bet at 8-5 or more, a low odds overlay, and if she's below those odds, I'd consider Fade de Grey a bet at 9-5 or higher. Moving on to what is a really good race at Keeneland on a great weekend of racing at Keeneland. This is the Jenny Wiley Stakes, race 10 on Saturday, April 12th, and the post time is 5:48 Eastern. The top win contenders are Excellent Truth and Jabara. Almost anybody can run second or third in this race. It's a really deep field. It's a phenomenal renewal with Jenny Wiley, with all 9 fillies being stakes winners. That being said, there are 3 European imports all shipping in for this prestigious race, and as is nearly always the case, European runners have an edge over North American-based horses on turf most of the time due to the company they've been facing being tougher than in North America. As an example, a European Group 3 stakes is like a North American Grade 2, and a European Group 2 is the equivalent of North American Grade 1. Considering all 3 imports, which are Excellent Truth, Jabara, and Chaucy, have run in excellent form in Group 3, 2, or 1 races, they have the edge. But Excellent Truth and Jabara have even better. Because I'm going to start with Excellent Truth. Last seen in July, purchased for $1.7 million last December after amassing a really good record of 4 wins, 3 seconds, and a third in 11 races in France. The best of those came in her last start in France last July, where she finished second to an incredibly good horse named Marquise de Cévennes, who has a career record of 8 wins, 6 seconds, and 1 third in 18 races, including 5 Group 1 wins. Excellent Truth also beat an exceptional horse in that race in Blue Rose Sen, which was the grade Group 1 pre-Rothschild. Blue Rose Sen has earned $1.7 million, winning 4 Group 1 races and 8 of 17. Excellent Truth runs well from a mile to a mile and a quarter, gets red hot. Jockey Flavian Pratt for Chad Brand, who took over her training after the purchase, and we could see an incredible performance. Similarly, Jabara ships in for Godolphin as one of the top trainers in the world in Roger Varian. Jabara has a record of 3 wins, 3 seconds, and a third in just 11 races, including when winning a Group 3 in July before being disqualified for interference and placed second. The horse she beat in that race before being DQ'd was Rakia, who's won 5 of 9, including a pair of Group 3. And prior to that, Jabara ran second in the Group 1 Falmouth Stakes behind another very good turf filly, Porter Fortuna, winner of 7 of 12 for $1.6 million, including 4 Group 1s. Unlike Excellent Truth, who returns off 8 months off, but for Chad Brown, who wins very nicely with the horse coming back from long layoffs, Jabara had a comeback race 5 weeks ago in Great Britain where she finished 4th of 7, may have won if she was not impeded with about 100 yards to go. All the other 7 can run in this race, including another European import in Chaucy, who won 2 Group 2 races stakes in a row in Meydan in Dubai, but against 5-horse fields. Be Your Best won the Grade 2 Pegasus World Cup Filly Mare Turf Invitational when last seen, with Sacred Wish inches behind in second, while Vina Arana won a North American debut last August after a big finish to miss by less than a length in a Group 3 stakes in Ireland. The rest can also run as well, but the top 2 European imports, Excellent Truth and Jabara, appear to have an edge. In the Jenny Wiley Race 10 in Keeneland, 5:48 Eastern, Saturday, April 12th. Thinking about win probabilities, I think both Excellent Truth and Jabara are playable at low odds, considering their chance of winning, as I expect Excellent Truth to go to post nearer 5-2 odds, and Jabara to be lower odds at 9-2, probably about 3-1. I still would bet Excellent Truth as a low odds overlay at 8-5 or more, absolutely. Would also bet Jabara at odds of 2-1 or more, and if both are above those thresholds, I would use the free Dutching tool at amwager.com. For the exacta, I would play Excellent Truth and Jabara over all. Don't forget, you can get the written version of this Key Races and Bets podcast, which is the Key Races and Bet blog, totally free. Go to amwager.com, click on How to Bet and L-Star's blog. While you're there, if you're not a member, look around. You'll be happy you did. It's available and legal for residents of most states in the U.S., covers most tracks in North America and many around the world. I'll be betting there all weekend. I hope you will as well. Thanks so much for listening, and I'll talk to you next week.